What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Nobody here. Okay. It must be October. Must be October. Okay, we're live. Nobody's jumping in yet. That's fine. I always like to see if somebody's here so I know if the video's going okay. All right, that was Outdoor Dad saying hey. So I'm not showing any. Oh, there's some people jumping in now. Okay, got it. Just want to make sure that we're streaming okay and you can hear me okay and everything's fine. Just want to, like I said, I always like to make sure on that. TC, Ernest Jean, Patrick Forrester, Nick Padula. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Greg, Matt Presnitz, Jeff Russell, Lima Charlie, loud and clear. Very good. Mark, good. Glad to see everybody. How are you guys all doing? And gals, how's everybody doing? Hey, everybody's jumping in now. Bill Gerlach, Gary Davey. BMK was watching the Bills. Bills are good. They're a good team. I'm really impressed with the Bills. The Lions stink. I'm done with the Lions. I've written them off for the year. I won't watch another Lions game, which is completely untrue. I will be watching them next week lose again. But yeah, the Bills, real good team. I'm impressed by them. Sounds good in Minnesota. Cool. Bill, your Vikings, I think, won today too, didn't they? If I remember right. Jeff Spear, James Clancy, same old Lions. You're not kidding, Jim. Every year, you know, they say that they're going to be a different team. You know, they built up in the offseason, new coaches, new everything. Who died? Not sure what you mean by that, Bill. Not quite sure. No more NFL for me, huh, Ray? Yeah, I hear you. How was the fishing yesterday? I didn't fish yesterday. I didn't get out yesterday. I didn't have any trips. But I heard that the fishing's been pretty decent. We'll talk about that here in just a second. Patrick picked up a few good eaters trolling along the beaches south of Manistee. Good to know, man. So, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying, Bill. I got you. Ray, your boat's out for the year already? Mine's going out in 2 weeks. I've got 5 trips next weekend now. Well, one's like a sunset cruise, but 4 charters and then 1 sunset cruise. You know, people want to go out and see the colors and whatnot, which is cool. We do that, no problem. But yeah, then that's going to be my last weekend, and the boat will probably come out the following weekend. Boy, this season flew by. Everybody else feel that way? It seemed like it just screamed. It seems like it just screamed right by. Can't believe how fast it went. Somebody's in the tree stand. Man, that's good. Bill got out yesterday, 1 hit. Okay. Well, let's talk about the fishing report. Let's do that first. Big lake fishing. Not too bad out there right now. Actually pretty decent. From people I talked to that fished the big lake last couple of days, sounds like they're getting some decent bites. Not lights out bites, but decent bites. 5 to 6, 7 bites with a few. It's a mixed bag. Some lake trout, steelhead, and juvenile kings are coming in right now. No coho as of late, and that's kind of depressing, or I don't know, depressing. But we normally get a really decent. Hey Lee, how you doing from Purple Taco? In years past, we've always gotten a real decent late September coho run, and this year it just did not go. And I don't know why, and I'm not even going to speculate on why, but that did not produce. Seems like some fish are being caught, like somebody said on here earlier. Fish are being caught up on the shoreline, which is nice. The shelf is holding fish right now, and then offshore is also holding fish. And it seems like spoons have been the ticket as of late. Water's cold now, so you can really target. You don't have to target anything super deep anymore. You know, I'm gonna, when I hit next week, and I'm gonna be running everything from 2 colors out to probably 13 colors, and 100-foot coppers out to probably even 3 or 350 coppers. Downriggers, I'm just gonna spread those out also. Probably anywhere from 20 to 40, maybe even 50 down on the riggers. Just go out there and do a little search mission and see what we can find, see what the fish want. But super slim spoons are excellent this time of the year. You know, the standard colors, blue jeans, green jeans, blue dolphin, green dolphins. You know, the glow frog with the white belly. That's always a really good spoon. That's what I'm going to be running. So I'm going to mix in a little flasher fly as well. I like to downsize this time of the year. I like to downsize to the 8-inch, only 8-inch Spin Doctors, or the small Beckhold flashers. And then you can even run peanut flies right now. They can do really good for you. But yeah, downsizing to the smaller flashers typically does a little better job this time of the year. Got my moo cup back. But river fishing. River fishing's been decent. Kings are still being caught, but boy, are they dark. Super dark. I can't say all of them. I have heard people say that they're still getting pretty decent looking fish, but the ones I saw yesterday, well, they were dark. But river fishing's still doing okay for the Kings. Plugs and spawn. It seems to be a mixed bag. One day, one guy I talked to said one day plugs is really good, and then the next day floating spawn was really good. So it gives you options anyway. Steelhead are starting to show up as well, which is really good to see. Some steelhead being caught in the rivers by the piers, and I haven't heard much around the shelf or just outside the piers, but man, yeah, good to see some steelhead coming in. It had to be pretty. They had to show up. They had to. So it's good to know that they're here now. And maybe about a week from now, when I got those trips, should be really good fishing. And I know everybody's out bow hunting right now. I haven't even been in a stand yet. I have been tossing around some ideas in my head for bow hunting videos. A lot of people talked about that last week. They were interested in some bow hunting stuff. I'm happy to do that. I'll do some stuff out there. Got quite a few nice emails. People are excited about that. So cool. Yeah, let's get out there and we'll do some bow hunting videos. All right, so that's really it on the fishing report. Again, we're at the end of the season, everyone. We're at the end of the season, so it's really starting to taper down on the big lake stuff. But I'll still be here every week. I'll keep everybody informed on the river fishing and ice fishing when that gets here, and everything that goes along with that. So cool. If you got any questions on any of the fishing reports, just email me. ChrisTangleTackle@gmail.com. Happy to help out. All right, so if you didn't see the video that I put out a few days ago, the shirts are in. So quite a few people have bought shirts already. I got several left in stock, but I wanted to give everybody a look-see on these if you hadn't seen them yet. I really like them. They came out really good. So here's the front. Excuse me. They're made by Gildan. They're a 50-50 mix. They're 50 poly, 50 cotton. And they're really nice and soft. That's what I like in a shirt. It's a really nice soft shirt. And they fit really true to size as well. So here's the front. You can see Tangle Tackle Fishing there on front. And then the back. Man, my nose is running. I'm sorry. On the back, we got dark blue charters. And then one of my favorite sayings, luck follows preparation, over the dark blue charters in Manistee, Michigan below that. So if you're interested in a shirt, what I'll do is when this video is over, I will put a link down below on how to order one. They're $25 a piece, and shipping's going to be about $7 for up to about 2 shirts. I'm starting to dial in the shipping costs a little bit better now that I've shipped some. Yep, $25 a piece, $7 for shipping, up to a couple shirts. If you're interested, like I said, when the video is over, I'll put a link down below on how to order some. But I've sent out maybe a dozen or so already just in the last couple of days. People really seem to like them. Cool, Ray. I appreciate it. Yeah, might as well get them now. Break them in for next year. Break them in. All right, so that's it on the shirts. I got an email from a guy. I got to think what his name. I think it was Brian. I want to say something. Brian Jackson. Hey, my sister Sarah threw me a super chat. Thanks, Sarah. I appreciate it. I'll put that towards ordering more shirts. But thank you. Appreciate that. To everybody that super chats, thank you so much. But Brian Jackson emailed me. He wanted me to talk about something about presentations and downriggers versus divers versus lead core versus copper. Which takes the most bites and when. And Brian, really the only way I can really answer that, and if you're watching, I hope you are. I'll email you back also. But every day is different out there. Some days it's downriggers, some days it's lead core, some days it's copper, on and on and on and on. I can't really say which presentation takes the most fish because, like I just said, every day is different. But I'll say this, every presentation, like I'm talking about copper, divers, downriggers, lead core, and everything else, everyone is effective and everyone will take fish. When I'm talking about the shelf, what depth is that? Tim Brandt, I think that was your name. So off Manistee, the shelf is it's a structure. When you're getting out about 3 miles or so, 2.5 to 3 miles, you'll start noticing the bottom dropping off pretty sharply. That's what's referred to as the shelf. And the fish, we all know fish love structure, and that's why they sit right there on that steep drop off. There's actually 2 more shelves as you keep going out and keep going out. There's actually a couple more drop offs as well, but that's when you get out to 600 plus foot of water. But the guy I was just talking about, Brian, he came up with a great idea. He gave me an idea for a great idea. Sorry, my nose is running. His idea was every week to do a pro tip of the week. Just a tip that I think might be useful to everyone that watches. I don't consider myself a pro in any way, so that's really a misnomer if you ask me, but we'll call it that anyway, because but I'll do that every week. I will do a pro tip of the week. What it could be about anything in general as far as salmon fishing goes. We'll talk about things, but every week I'll do a pro tip of the week. But here's what I'd like to do. I'm going to run out of things pretty quick. You know, this thing's pretty empty on certain days, but what I would like everybody to do is, if you have a pro tip that you want to submit to the channel, email me, christangletackel@gmail.com. Email me your pro tip. I'll take them, I'll look through them, and every now and then, or not every now and then, probably pretty often, I'll pick a pro tip out of your submissions, and I'll read it on the air. I'll read your name. Just include your name and your location. You don't have to be specific. You don't have to say your address or anything, but you know, just where you live, Manistee, Michigan, whatever. Hey, Jay Busha, thanks, man, for the super chat. Thank you. Appreciate that, dude. Yeah, submit your pro tips. I'll read them once a week. I'll give my own on certain weeks. And that's a great way for us to share in the community. A great way for us to get information out there. There's many, you could fill a huge room with things that I don't know anything about. And every time I go fishing with the other people, I try to be an open book, or I try to be a sponge as much as I can be, because I try to learn from as many people as I can. I never want to stop learning. So I'm excited. If you guys and gals send me pro tips, I'm excited to see what you want to share. But I will start that next week. We'll do the pro tip of the week during the live stream on Sunday nights. Every night at 7 o'clock. Sometime during the live stream, I'll do the pro tip of the week. But that was a great idea. That was a great idea by Mr. Jackson to throw that out there. I like it, and like I said, it's a good way for us to share. So, we're about 12 minutes in. How much bait did you have in your port compared to last year? Leroy, that's a good question. Man, always good to see you on here, Lee. We had good bait around the last 2 years. I would say it's very comparable. Both this year and last year, I'd say it was very comparable. Good size bait balls, good size bait in the fish's belly. There was times I'm running my downriggers through bait balls. You'll know when there's a heck of a bait ball down there. You don't even have to look on the graph to see it. You'll see your downrigger wires just shaking as they're going through through those bait balls. But yeah, I thought good bait last year, good bait this year, and good size, which everybody knows that's what we need to sustain this fishery. We got to have the bait. It doesn't matter how much you stock out there. It makes no difference. You could dump 10 billion fish out there in that lake. If you don't have the food out there to support them, you're just going to crash that whole system. So it's good to see that bait out there. Good question, Lee. Thanks, man. We're about, 14 minutes into this now. I don't have a whole lot else tonight. Other than, I wanted to show you the shirts. I'm glad you guys like them. I wanted to talk about that pro tip of the week. Mainly from Bill Gerlach saying a lot of smelting, or a lot of bait around there. Good. Bait's a great thing. We had a smelt run this last year, which was good to see. We haven't had smelt around in a long time, and it was good to see some smelt showing up. What's my thoughts on salmon for next year, Scott? Scott, that's a good question. Again, I've said this in other videos. I'm going to do a separate video, just my thoughts on the fishery for 2020. Go into some more specific things. But looking into 2021, I can say this about 2020. It was disappointing, but it was expected as well. Because if you go back and you look at stocking, when you go and look 4 years ago at stocking, That was some of the lowest numbers we've had in a long, long time as far as what we stocked into the lake. So you got to think 4 years from then, 4 years from that stocking date, those adults are going to be pretty sparse. We had good fish. They came late. It wasn't the best year, I'll say that. But looking towards next year looks like we're going to have a good amount of returning salmon. If the bait holds up, which I have no reason to believe that it won't. As long as we have the bait and the good returning fish, I think next year is going to be better than this year. I can't say how much it's going to be better in any way, but I think it will be better. That's just my 2 pennies on it. Good question though. Hopefully we can use our motors in the spring. Sure. All right. What else you guys got? Any other questions? Throw them out there. I'm happy to sit here as long as you want to. Otherwise, I'm going to get out of here, go have some dinner. Go hang out with the dogs for a while. My wife and my kids they're all up in the UP vacationing. I really wanted to go. I really did. My wife was super bummed that I couldn't go, and I felt really bad. But just with things going on around the boat, things that I have to get done, I could not go. But man, I miss those guys, and I wish I was up there. So anyway, yeah, we're about 16 or so minutes in. Let's get out of here. I'm not seeing a whole lot of questions rolling. That's fine, no problem. Let's roll on out, guys, gals. Go out there, be safe, have a great week. Keep each other safe. Do the right things out there. Where everybody knows what I'm talking about. Settings on double dipsies, tongue twister. Low divers settings on 1, high divers settings on 3, or even 3.5. All right, let's get out of here though. Good question. James Clancy, you have a great Sunday evening also. I will see everybody in a week, and we'll start doing those pro tips of the week. Send me your pro tips. Send them to me, please. ChrisTangleTackle@gmail.com. Send me those, and I'll read them on the air. All right, cool. We'll see everybody. Take care.